In the high hills of Nagaland, where the wind moves through bamboo trees and the forest keeps old secrets, there lived a girl named Chesano. Her story is not just a story, it is a wound that still breathes in the silence of the land. It is a memory that the earth has not forgotten. And once you hear it, it will stay in your heart forever. Chesano was not born in the village. Many years ago, during a stormy night, a man from the village heard a baby crying near the edge of the forest. He followed the sound and found a tiny baby girl wrapped in a piece of red cloth, lying under a bamboo tree. She was alone, wet and cold. He brought her home to his wife. The couple had no children of their own. When they saw the baby, their eyes filled with tears. They took her in and raised her like their own daughter. They named her Chesano, meaning a gift from the morning wind. As she grew, Chesano became a girl full of light. She was kind, gentle, and happy. Her laugh was like a bird singing in the morning. She helped her mother in the kitchen, played with the chickens in the yard, and sang to the river as she washed clothes. Everyone in the village knew her, and many smiled just by seeing her. Her father would often say, "The sun shines brighter when Chesano smiles." But good times do not last forever. One year, strange things began to happen in the village. The crops started to die before they could be harvested. The chickens were found dead in the morning with no reason. Children in the village became sick. Even though the healers tried everything, prayers were made. Pigs were sacrificed. But the problems did not stop. People began to worry. Then, as always happens in small villages, whispers began. "It's a curse," said one old woman. "Though spirits are angry." Someone else said, "Maybe someone brought shame to the village." Fear started to grow like a fire. And when fear grows, it looks for someone to blame. Then one day, the village elders called a shaman. He was an old man, feared by many, with a black staff in his hand and red paint on his face. He sat by the fire, threw bones, and stared into the flames for a long time. When he spoke, his voice was low and cold. "The curse is inside the village," he said. "A girl not born of this land carries darkness in her spirit. She must be returned to the earth. Only then will peace return." A silence fell over the people. Eyes looked around. They all knew who he meant. Chesa, no dot. She was adopted. She came from the forest. She was not born in the village. That was all it took. Her parents cried and begged. "She is our daughter." Her mother said, "She is good. She is kind. She is not cursed." But fear had already won. The people wanted someone to blame. They wanted the sickness to stop. They believed the shaman. The elders told Chesano she had been chosen to speak to the spirits in the sacred grove. They said she was special, and only she could help bring peace back to the village. Chesano was afraid, but she also felt proud. She loved her village. She wanted to help. She did not know the truth. On the 5th morning, they walked her into the forest. Fog covered the ground. The trees stood tall and quiet. No birds sang. The air felt heavy. They led her to a small clearing. There, in the middle, was a deep hole in the ground. Chesano stopped. Her eyes widened. She looked at them. "What is this?" she asked. No one answered. Her father looked down. Her mother cried out and tried to run to her, but the others held her back, and in that moment Chesano understood. She was not going to pray. She was going to die. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She only looked at her parents, then at the sky, and spoke softly. "If I am truly cursed, let the earth reject me. But if I am innocent, let the ground remember what you have done." Then the villagers began to throw dirt into the hole, one handful at a time. Each sound of the soil falling was like thunder, louder than any cry, slower than death. The girl who had only given love was buried alive. But the story does not end here. Because the earth, too, remembers. The ground was quiet after they buried her. The village had no words left. The birds did not sing. Even the wind stopped moving through the trees. That night, something strange happened. The sky was clear, too clear. Not a single cloud, not even a breeze. The dogs didn't bark, no owls hooted. It felt like the whole forest was holding its breath at sunrise. The villagers woke up to a shocking sight. A wide crack had appeared in the middle of the village. It ran through the main path like a deep wound in the earth. The chickens refused to cross it. The dogs ran from it with their tails down. Even the children stood back, staring in silence. Near the sacred grove, a bamboo tree had grown overnight. It stood tall and strong right above the place where Chesano had been buried. Its leaves made a soft, sad sound when the wind passed through them. It's like someone whispering a lullaby. The strange sickness that had haunted the village gone. The children got better. The crops started growing again. The chickens stopped dying, but there was no joy, no one danced, no one sang. No one sang. The village was quiet, not from peace, but from guilt. They had done what they thought would save them. But deep inside, everyone knew the truth. They had killed an innocent girl. And the earth knew it too. Some children said they heard a soft humming near the bamboo tree at dusk, like a girl singing. Some said they saw shadows moving between the trees when no one was there. Nobody dared to cut the tree. No one even walked too close. Chesano's mother came to the grove every evening. She sat beside the tree, placed flowers, and whispered her daughter's name like a prayer. Her eyes were always red. Her voice became soft and slow over time, like it was being pulled down into the roots of the earth. Her father stopped talking to anyone. He built a small shrine from Chesano's old toys and clothes. He lit a candle every day, even when it rained. He never forgave himself. Seasons passed. Years went by. But the village did not forget. They remembered the day they let fear blind them. They remembered the girl who never hurt anyone but was punished the most. They remembered her words. If I am truly cursed, let the earth reject me. But if I am innocent, let the ground remember what you have done. The bamboo tree still stands to this day. Strong, tall, lonely, no storm could break it. No fire could burn it. Some say it protects the land now. Others say it watches over the people who once turned their backs on kindness. The elders tell the story again and again, not to scare the children, but to teach them something very important. They say fear can make people blind. A guilt never closes its eyes. They say, do not listen to whispers louder than the truth. They say even buried kindness can grow taller than the tallest tree. Many believe that Chesano's spirit never left, that she still walks between the trees, soft and silent, watching with the same gentle heart, not to hurt, not to punish, but to remind them, because sometimes the saddest souls are the ones who leave behind the strongest lessons. Maybe you have felt like Chesano at some point. Maybe you have been blamed for something you didn't do. Maybe you were quiet when you wanted to scream. Maybe you were kind when others were cruel. If you were, then this story is for you, because the world may bury good people, but it can never keep their spirit down. Like the bamboo that grew above her, good people rise again, even in silence. Even in pain, the people of the village learned this the hard way. And they never forgot. Now, when the wind blows through the forest and the bamboo leaves rustle softly, the villagers say it's Chesano's voice, still singing, still forgiving, still loving the ones who broke her heart. And maybe, just maybe, she's telling us all, I was never the curse. I was the cure.